everybody, my name is Chris and this will be my review for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So yes, it's finally here. The end of the DCU era has finally come. So yes, the DCU doesn't end with a bang, not even a whimper, but a chuckle. The question is though, is Aquaman 2 having fun, or is that chuckle Aquaman 2 being laughed at? Well, the answer, it depends on where you're coming from. If you're a DC fan, or if you even enjoy some of the DCEU movies just a little, you can appreciate that Aquaman 2 is just having fun. However, if you have come to hate the DCU with passion, or Zack Snyder's DC, then you will laugh at this movie weekly, because James Wan makes some unfortunate choices himself and allows some other people, largely Jason Momoa, to make some unfortunate choices as well. Yeah, basically this movie lets Jason Momoa be Jason Momoa, which is fine. I won't say never go full Jason Momoa, but it's okay if you're making a family adventure movie, not Aquaman 2. So I will tell you to adjust your expectation for the sequel, because it's more Jumanji and it's basically solid. And I won't say amazing, but it's really solid adventure movie, and I really enjoyed the first half of the movie. I thought the first half was really good, because to me it plays like a Saturday morning cartoon. I'm not saying it's an amazing movie or a great movie, but it's a fun movie. It felt very much like a live action Saturday morning cartoon. Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson, a whole lot of Randall Park. Oh boy, that's cool, and big set pieces and lots of action. I mean, it was fun. I saw the movie in 3D for the first 5 minutes. Also, I thought, oh, this is kind of a cool, seeing the logo came up. But after those 5 minutes, the 3D really doesn't do much for the movie itself. It's just a little few sequences here and there. Now, I want to talk about the unobtainium, or whatever it's called. I forgot the name. I think it was like Ore Comcum, something like that. It was really stupid. It was kind of a stupid, but we let Avatar get away with it. Remember when Giovanni Ribisi first say unobtainium, which is actually a real term, but when he first said that on Avatar, I rolled my eyes, but I didn't lie and ruin the movie for everyone around me. Also, Aquaman 2 is about protecting the environment, and that's a part of the movie, but if everyone hadn't said it so seriously, like to have Nicole Kidman saying, I mean, that's kind of what made a little funny at parts. So I wish they had handled that a little bit better, and of the commentary they're trying to say here. And also the unobtainium thing, it reminds me a little bit of the vibranium, of that source of energy, that kind of stuff. And also, I didn't mind the ridiculous bad wet wigs in this movie. Even Patrick Wilson, I think he was wearing a wig even when he had short hair, and I think that was a wig, and I was like, why? And the only time the movie did cross the line for me, in fact, was in the third act, when he tried to switch to dramatic and seriously, but just couldn't. After 1 hour and a half of being light and silly, lots of Aquaman screaming for his family, and I was like, this is just ridiculous. So at that point, I just started to feel sorry for the movie and everyone involved. Also for DC fans in general, it was just sad. That's how I would describe the third act of this movie. It was just sad. So by the end, Aquaman 2 was sort of depressing, and when it ends, mimicking like a famous MCU line, Why was Jason Momoa allowed to do that? Even it was just, this is how we're going to end the DCU, like have some dignity. And speaking of dignity, there's an end credit scene which is a joke from the movie, and you can kind of tell what part of the joke is going to be, but they decide to revisit like that funny joke in the movie, and for that to be like the final moment in the DCU, I can't believe nobody brought that up for the people who work at the studio and say, this is how we're going to end the DCU. I think they don't really care, because it was not a good way to end it. So let's talk about the things that I really like about this movie, and also the burning question that you might have about this movie, and that is Amber Heard. Now, she does not have a surprisingly large role in this movie. She has like 10 minutes screen time, and those 10 minutes are sprinkled throughout the film, but so you may think she has like a bigger role when she doesn't. But she's got like 5 lines, and she's just really there to use her powers, and also because she's the mother of Aquaman's baby, Junior. Also give that baby a name. They didn't really use the name at the beginning of the movie, but towards the end they were like Junior, and you're like, Junior, really? Like, wow. And that baby, by the way, has a bigger role than Amber Heard. And it's not an unwatchable horror movie if you like the DCU or even a DC fan in general. There are some cool moments, and you will enjoy in this movie. Aquaman 2 is for comic book fans and family. Honestly, one of the things that made this movie really made me really like this movie a lot was when the Park, he's fantastic in this movie, and his character is being forced to work with Black Manta is giving a surprising amount to do, and I love having him here. He was like having part in Civil War. Park is such an unexpected ingredient for a movie like this, and he keeps it real. It just makes the whole thing a lot more fun. And Black Manta, well, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is always good, and it helps that his character has a legit reason for being upset with Aquaman, because Aquaman killed his dad, and Black Manta suit is super comics accurate, like the movie before, but this time a lot more better and super cool. And I really enjoy the fight scenes, and yeah, some of those fight scenes might have been entirely CGI, and sometimes I could tell, but for the most part I couldn't. So also lots of good moves with the trident and some real brawls. Aquaman has an impressive reach, and this Aquaman loves to fight, and his joy transfer to us, the audience. So the fight scenes were a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed those fight scenes here. I thought for the most part they were really good. So how about Jason Momoa? I don't know how Jason Momoa is going to really switch from playing Aquaman to go and play, if he goes to play Lobo in James Gunn DC universe, because he's already playing like a version of Lobo for James Wan's Aquaman. Yes, his Aquaman acts like so much like Lobo, especially in this movie. I don't see how they can move forward with that. I think he's a great fit with the character, but it will seem like more of the same. And Jason Momoa is his silly self, and a how like of the scenes he's in here, but he's also a grounded in one of them, and kind of like Jason Momoa in real life, which provides a nice balance and allows you to connect with the character still. And the bonding of fathers and son and brothers is very nice. I like that element of the film a lot. Temuera Morrison has some really nice scenes as Arthur's father, and he and Momoa seems to generally connect. Patrick Wilson as Orm, or Aquaman's brother, is great here, and he's playing like Loki to Aquaman's Thor. And at what point I wouldn't have done this, but Momoa jokingly calls him Loki. There's some good guys here, but there's also some really bad ones about Orm not having really spent any time on the surface at all, and Orm transitions from villain to anti-hero for me was a little too good, a little too quickly. Wilson is excellent though, balancing out Momoa's vibe, and he does have a nice job with his action sequences, and he takes the material seriously. And there's one moment where he flirts about being a villain again, and the look of Patrick Wilson's face, oh, that's why you have Patrick Wilson. Just he's such a dynamic actor, and his face was just delicious, and that you actually wish that he actually did go back to being a villain, and you're like, wow, that was fantastic. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed that part. Now, Amber Heard and Nicole Kidman are back for the sequels, but this time they have smaller roles, and I would say they look gorgeous, and the costumes, they're still on point, and they had the most to do in Act 1 of action sequences in Atlantis. I mean, they're basically CGI doubles, but they look really cool, and in doing the actions, and I really didn't care. I mean, that was cool. So why is Aquaman 2 about? Well, I would say that the fun part of this movie really was the story, seeing the story unfold as you're watching the movie. So, because it's just, it feels more, like I said before, like a Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, there's flashbacks, vendettas, and bonding. If you are interested in watching Aquaman 2, then you should go right and see it. But if you have like zero interest in this, I think you will not enjoy this movie at all. I think it's kind of a sad moment to end the DCEU with this movie. It was just like okay, at best. It was just very, very weird. But we'll see. Now, then we're taking a little bit of a break, and James Gunn will start the new DC universe with Superman Legacy. So we'll see what that leads to. So that's my review for Aquaman 2. And the Last Kingdom. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.